Welcome to the Seattle Seahawks franchise mode. Please don't forget to leave a like on the video. In this series, we will be taking over as the GM of your Seattle Seahawks. I have loaded the rosters from that franchise guy and will be using his draft classes as well moving forward. In an attempt, I will try to play on his sliders, but I am not a pro Madden player. Even though I will use his sliders, I won't be following his XP sliders. Those are my own modified to my liking. In an attempt to make it as realistic as possible, I used the force win for every team to match the 2019 actual outcomes. We will be starting off right after the Super Bowl, where the 49ers lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's hop in here and take a look at the roster. We have Russell Wilson at quarterback, who's not going anywhere anytime soon. And currently we have Geno Smith as a backup on the roster, but that's probably not going to stay that way for long. Gonna have to find a younger, cheaper solution for backup quarterback. Then we'll follow that up with some skill players. At running back we have Chris Carson going into a contract year, who may or may not be on the chopping block, depending on how his backup Rashad Penny does, if he can stay healthy. Then after that, we of course have Travis Homer lurking in the back. We'll have to figure out and try to find maybe a fourth option, barring injuries. At the wide receiver position, we have the longest tenured skill player in Tyler Lockett and stud sophomore wide receiver DK Metcalf, followed by some lackluster guys in David Moore and John Ursua. But the real dark horse in there could be wide receiver Josh Gordon, who's coming back unsuspended from weed usage. I don't know if he'll be a long-term solution or if he'll even make it to the opening day roster, but only time will tell. Up next on the roster is the tight end room with Uncle Will from the University of Washington and Mr. Utility Man, Jacob Hollister. Odds are Tyler Ott doesn't make the opening day roster. Long snapper, I get that it's realistic, but I'm pretty sure I could find a better long snapper within one of our starting linemen. This takes us down to the starting offensive linemen in Dwayne Brown, Justin Britt, DJ Fluker, Micah Potty, and George Fant. In this dynasty I had Dwayne Brown retire on me, but we remade him. He's going to stay with us hopefully at least one more year, but only time will tell. And I don't know if Justin Britt will make it to the opening day roster because he's pretty good trade bait at the moment, and we could use a lot more youth in our roster, being one of the top 5 oldest teams in the NFL. We also have some great quality behind them at Jordan Simmons, Phil Haynes, but after that we really don't have much depth, so free agency, most likely solution with Russell Wilson liking his older offensive lineman, but we will see what the draft has to offer as well. And that brings us to the defense, everybody's favorite. Even though defense is everybody's favorite, we are going to have to find a pass rush somehow, someway. We have stalwarts Jaron Reed and Poona Ford, but other than that, all we got is J.T. Collier and Rasheem Green on the edges. So free agency, hopefully find somebody. Maybe we can get Clowney as a big splash, bring him back. We love him, gotta have him. If we're very lucky, we could maybe even reunite with some older pass rushers, save some money on the back end, but we really need to find somebody to come in and really help this push to make the secondary and linebackers not have to play as hard and as long. But that's enough of that. Let's get down to the meat of the roster now, where we got all this depth. At linebacker, we have KJ Wright, who may or may not be here. We'll look into that. And Michael Kendricks and Bobby Wagner. Plus, we have some great depth behind him with my boy BBK from the University of Washington, Cody Barton from the Utes, and then Shaquem Griffin, the edge rusher extraordinaire from UCF. So hopefully we won't have to add too much to this room, barring trades or anything else like that. Then there's the former glory of the LOB, with one of the only remaining players should kill Griffin leading the way. Other than that, there's Trey Flowers, who's played really good at times and other times really shoddy. But you also can't forget about the Duck, Ugo Amadi from the slot, taking all them slot receivers out. And behind those three we have Quandre Diggs and Marcus Blair backing him up, with Bradley McDougal at strong safety and Delano Hill behind him. We will have to look to upgrade in the depth in that area, but shouldn't be too hard with this free agency or the draft class that's available. Now, last but not least is the special teams unit for us. We have the kicker Jason Myers, who ain't going anywhere. He's got like 2 more years and nothing but ice cold running his veins. And then we got the Aussie Michael Dixon, the former All-Pro in his rookie season. Definitely probably going to be here the length of this franchise. Now that we've made it all the way through the roster, let's get ready for free agency and see who we signed. Alright. In free agency, we have Jadeveon Clowney at 3 years for $18.5 million to help out our pass rush, followed by Michael Kendricks at 4 years, averaging a little over $9 million, since we're planning on moving on from KJ Wright. After that, we got the man Greg Olsen to match the real-life signing by the Seattle Seahawks. He will be making $6.85 million this season, and hopefully he won't be needed a whole bunch in case Disley goes down. After that, we have Brandon Shell at tackle for a possible replacement to Dwayne Brown after his surprise retirement, but hopefully we can talk him out of it and he'll come back and start at left tackle for us. Then we got some more pass rush help with Bruce Irvin on a 1-year contract, a little over $3.5 million, to go opposite of Clowney, followed by BJ Finley at a 2 years for $4.2 million. Adds to our O-line depth, and for trading Justin Britt, which will be showing up shortly. Traded Britt to the Atlanta Falcons for a 4th and a 7th round pick in this upcoming. We have a few other signings here that I don't have footage for, but we have Philip Walker from the XFL narrowly edging out the offer from the Jags, getting him at $1 million per season. Then we picked up a King for some backup help in safety and cornerback in case of injuries. After we traded Tedrick Thompson to the interdivision LA Rams for a 4th round pick, probably a little more than what they would have gotten in real life if they were actually able to trade him. Then we have KJ Wright also on his way out the door for a 3rd and a 6th going to the Vikings. And then last but not least, we got Quentin Dunbar for our other starting corner to help the rebuild of the Legion of Boom. Thank you for watching the video, and hope you like and subscribe.